Welcome to Self-Reliance Hypnotherapy. Take a moment to arrive here, to simply give yourself permission to pause and listen. So often we wait. We wait for the spark. We wait for the mood to shift, for the energy to return, for the motivation to arrive and pull us forward. But motivation doesn't work like that. It doesn't knock on the door and say, "Now you can begin." Motivation is not the cause of action. It's the effect of it. There's a part of your brain that proves this. Anterior mid-cingulate cortex. You don't need to memorize the name. Just remember it as the activation center. It's larger in athletes who repeatedly challenge themselves to push through resistance, and smaller in those who've been stuck in patterns of avoidance. And the truth is, this part of your brain actually grows when you do hard things. It strengthens like a muscle. Each time you show up, even when you don't feel like it, you're literally rewiring yourself for resilience. This is why taking action when you least want to is so powerful. The science shows action precedes emotion. Dopamine, the so-called motivation chemical, isn't released before you act. It's released after. This means you don't wait to feel better to act. You act to feel better. Psychologists call it behavioral activation. You might call it getting yourself to do the thing anyway. And each time you do, you're not just breaking the cycle of stagnation. You're teaching your brain that you are capable. You're building proof. One conversation, one small step, one movement, even if it's just getting dressed or walking outside or answering the call. Action builds momentum, and momentum builds change. If you haven't already, gently close your eyes and take a deep, steady breath in through your nose and release it gently through your mouth. Again, breathe in calm and breathing out, letting the body grow a little heavier where it rests. With each breath, allow your muscles to soften. Allow your shoulders to drop. Allow your jaw to loosen. And feel a sense of presence beginning to settle in. A wave of ease moving through you, breath by breath. And as you continue to relax, notice what comes up in your mind. If your mind begins to race, if criticism shows up, if the weight of what you think you're lacking motivation for presses against you, that's all right. You don't need to argue with it. You don't need to change it. You don't need to resist them. You don't need to fight them. Just notice and gently bring yourself back to the rhythm of your breathing. And remember, those thoughts and pressures don't define you. They can be present, but they don't control your next step. Now I want you to consider this. If you had a friend, and every time you made plans together, they either showed up a few hours late or didn't show up at all, over time, you would stop trusting that friend. That is the same relationship many of us build with ourselves. We say we'll begin. We say we'll change. We say we'll act, and then we don't. And slowly, we stop believing ourselves. But the opposite is also true. Each time you follow through on even the smallest commitment, you rebuild that trust. You show yourself, I can count on me. That's where confidence is born. Not from waiting to feel motivated, but from showing up before motivation arrives. So let's bring this even closer. Not 1 week from now, not 1 month from now, just today. Imagine yourself at the end of this day, looking back. What actions would you have taken to feel proud of yourself? See it clearly. You picked up the phone and made the call you've been avoiding. You stepped outside for a walk, even if it was just a few minutes. You spoke the words you needed to say, kindly but firmly. You prepared and ate one healthy meal that nourished your body and reminded you that you care about yourself. And if movement and training are part of your life, you showed up for that too, just as professional athletes do, by repeating the basics, building strength one session at a time, proving that consistency matters more than perfection. And as you see yourself taking these small actions, remember this: it's the quality, not the quantity, that matters most. The quality of your workout, being fully present in each movement, matters more than how many repetitions you rush through. The quality of the food you choose, nourishing, supportive, real, matters more than the endless quantity of food that are fast but leave you empty. Even in your finances, the quality of what you buy matters more than the number of things you collect. When you choose with care, you spend less trying to fill a void and more on what truly supports you. The same is true for saving money. It's not the amount at first, it's the act itself. By saving something, even small, you shift your identity. You send a message to yourself. I am someone who saves. And even in the simplest action, like walking mindfully, every step becomes proof that you are moving forward. Your subconscious mind receives that signal. I am progressing. I am in motion. Quality over quantity. Presence over perfection. These are the choices that, day by day, shape who you become. Each small step matters. Each one is proof. Notice how capable you look in your mind's eye. Notice how it feels when you follow through on what you said you would do. This is where change begins. Not by waiting for the perfect mindset, but by leading with action. When you do, the mind learns to believe again. The body begins to trust again. You show yourself that you can be relied upon. And from this moment forward, you carry with you this truth. I act first, and the feelings follows. Whenever you bring your thumb and index finger together, you will feel this reminder awaken in you. I can move. I can follow through. I can trust myself. Take a final deep breath in and release slowly. Let your body be at ease, the mind be clear, and the heart be steady in the knowing that motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you generate, one action at a time. See those actions clearly. See yourself doing them one by one. Notice how capable you look in your own mind's eye. Notice how it feels when you follow through. This is the key. Positivity doesn't create action. Action creates positivity. When you move first, the mind learns to believe again. When you choose the next step, even in doubt, you begin rewiring your brain to know, I can trust myself. I keep my word. I act first, and the feeling follows. And right now, in this state, you are laying down that pathway. You are teaching your brain a new truth. You are showing yourself what it feels like to lead with action. And from this day forward, whenever you bring your thumb and index finger together, you will feel this reminder awaken in you. I can move. I can follow through. I can trust myself. And as you carry this anchor with you, remember, at the end of the day, it isn't about why someone else acted the way they did, or why things unfolded as they did. All of that pulls your energy outward. What matters most is the relationship you have with yourself. You become the one who shows up, not in grand gestures, but in the small, consistent ways that prove you can be trusted. And this trust is not about anyone else believing in you. It's about you believing in you. This is your private agreement with yourself. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to explain it. In fact, the most powerful changes are often the ones you don't speak about at all. If you're moving your body, nourishing it with better food, saving money, shifting your self-talk, or simply showing up every day to do the hard things, let it be yours. Keep it safe. Hold it close. Because sometimes, when you share too soon, you open yourself to the noise of others. And often, the ones who criticize are the very ones who would never have the courage to do what you are doing. So let your consistency be quiet. Let your progress be private. And when the time is right, others will notice on their own. They will see the strength, the steadiness, the light that has grown in you. This is how change lasts. This is how confidence grows. This is how you build a life where you feel safe and steady in your own hands. And you can rest in the quiet knowing that with each daily action, your activation center grows stronger. Your brain and body hold proof. I acted. I chose me. I became the one I can trust. You don't have to wait for the world to change before you do. You are the change. And when you lead with action, you lead yourself home. Now, take a final deep breath in and release it slowly. These truths are now fixed, sealed, and reinforced in your subconscious mind. They grow stronger by the day, stronger by the hour, stronger by the minute. As you return your awareness to the room, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself, for advocating for yourself in this way. Repetition is key. Each time you listen, the resistance softens, and the hard things feel a little more possible. Each time, you're strengthening new pathways in your mind. Listening daily gives you perspective, clarity, and encouragement. But the greatest shift comes when you take that perspective and turn it into action. The listening prepares you. The action transforms you. When you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers and toes and gently open your eyes, carrying with you the truth that motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you generate, one action at a time.